We just covered the best war movies on Netflix, so today we're going to talk about some of the war movies that you guys keep suggesting that I don't usually talk about. The reason I don't usually mention these movies is because they can be pretty hard to find on Netflix unless you're lucky enough to live in the region where they're available. Well, I'm finally going to talk about them today and tell you where you can find them. Let's go.
We rescue the Russian president. Fire!
Number 7, Hunter Killer. The first movie on our list follows a U.S. submarine captain who teams up with Navy SEALs to rescue the kidnapped Russian president and prevent a potential world war. I'll be honest, out of all the war movies I've seen recommended on my channel, this is probably the only one I'm not really familiar with. I kind of vaguely remember the trailer, but seeing as how there's not enough good sub movies, this is one I'm going to be throwing on my watch list as well. Stars Gerard Butler and Gary Oldman and is described as an action thriller war movie. Hunter Killer can be found in the US, Canada, South Africa, Mexico, and a few more places.
Waffen, Munition, Bomben, etc. Eine Schattenbank, die den Widerstand finanziert.
Number 6, The Resistance Banker. It is the true story of a Dutch banker who risked his life to fund the resistance against the Nazi occupation during World War II. This film was critically acclaimed in its home country, gaining 11 Golden Calf nominations, the Dutch equivalent of the Academy Awards, but it never gained a whole lot of traction outside of the Netherlands. It's great for World War II and history buffs and does a good job of capturing the tensions and moral complexities of resistance efforts against Nazi occupation. The Resistance Banker is the only movie on this list you can find in every region on Netflix.
My name is Lieutenant Waters. I'm with the U.S. Navy. I'm here to get you and your people out.
Number 5, Tears of the Sun. It follows a Navy SEAL team that's sent into Nigeria to rescue a doctor amidst a brutal civil war. It seems like Tears of the Sun gets recommended at least once every time I release a war movie video. It released back in 2003 and wasn't really beloved by critics, but audiences mostly seem to disagree. It's an intense action movie that isn't afraid to get emotional as well, showing the brutal realities of war and the tough moral choices faced by the soldiers. And it's got a solid performance from Bruce Willis too, so worth checking out. You can find Tears of the Sun in Germany, the UK, Mexico, India, Sweden, and more.
I started this war killing Germans in Africa. Now I'm killing Germans in Germany.
Number 4, Fury. Wow, talk about a divisive movie. Fury is about a battle-hardened tank crew led by a tough sergeant that fights their way through Nazi Germany during the final days of World War II. According to the comments on my channel, this is either a dumb, unrealistic war movie that's pure Hollywood, or it's a highly enjoyable modern masterpiece. I guess personally, I fall somewhere in the middle. I remember it being a gritty and intense war film, but ultimately kind of forgettable, and haven't found myself wanting to rewatch it like all my favorite war films. I don't know, let me know what you think. You can find Fury in Canada, the UK, Australia, South Africa, and a few more places. If you find yourself searching endlessly for good movies to watch on Netflix, why not let me do the work for you? I scour the depths of Netflix every week to find the best of the best in every genre, so make sure to hit the subscribe button now and enjoy the best that Netflix has to offer.
Bad guy, senior Taliban commander.
Shaw killed 20 Marines last week. 20.
Number 3, Lone Survivor. Now we're really getting into the most recommended movies. People have really been pushing for me to include this movie, so here it is. Lone Survivor follows a Navy SEAL team on a mission to capture a high-ranking Taliban leader who face overwhelming odds in the mountains of Afghanistan. It is an intense portrayal of bravery and brotherhood under fire, and full of intense and powerful combat scenes. Mark Wahlberg is also great as the lead, and overall, Lone Survivor is a realistic depiction of the SEALs' ordeal and an emotional tribute to their sacrifice. So why haven't I ever mentioned it before? Because you can find it in exactly one Netflix region, South Korea. Enjoy, South Koreans.
At 0600 hours, we will begin training to go to war.
Number 2, Band of Brothers and the Pacific. Yes, I'm kind of lumping these two together because they kind of go together, being both produced by the same team. They both take place during World War II, with Band of Brothers taking place on the Western Front and the Pacific taking place in the Pacific Theater. Both of these are absolute masterpieces and definite must-sees that feature powerful performances, meticulous historical accuracy, and deeply moving stories. I usually don't include Band of Brothers or the Pacific because they are both 10-episode series and not movies, but I wholeheartedly agree with you that they are well worth recommending. You can watch them in the US, the Philippines, the Netherlands, Sweden, Poland, and more.
RPG! Hold on! 6 cars, go down!
Number 1, Black Hawk Down. It's about a U.S. military raid in Somalia that quickly turns into a battle for survival when 2 Black Hawk helicopters are shot down. Black Hawk Down is a fantastic action-heavy war film that came back in 2001 from director Ridley Scott. It covers the real-life 1993 Battle of Mogadishu with relentless action scenes that capture the chaos and brutality of urban combat. I actually love this movie, but don't usually cover it because it's not in a lot of the bigger regions that typically watch my videos, but it is in some of them, including Germany, South Africa, the Philippines, and a few more. You can watch all these movies no matter what region you're in if you use a VPN with Netflix. If you have no idea what I'm talking about or how that works, you can watch this video where I give you a quick rundown on using VPNs with Netflix. And don't forget to let me know what you think in the comments below. Once again, that's it for me today, everyone. I will see you soon.